Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica, and I wanted to do a feels personal reading because I have some energy and I have some time, which is a rare occurrence these days. So let's do a feels personal, okay? So if you're new to the channel or to this type of reading, it's intended to feel like a personal reading for most people watching or for everybody watching. And so I don't have a theme yet. We'll just see what is going to be picked up in the cards, okay? I'm using the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot deck. Really like this deck. They're kind of big, but really nice. So how's everybody doing? You do have weeklies posted. You have a bunch of weeklies because they're timeless. You can watch any one or all of them if you want. Your monthlies are posted. I'm all up to date with personal readings, so if you wanted to get one now would be a good time because I can get it to you right away. And as always, please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and thank you if you have already. So let's see. Angels and guides, please give me a reading that feels personal, feels like a personal reading for most people watching or for everybody watching. Whoever needs to receive these messages for their highest good. Feels personal. Feels personal reading. What do we need to know for our highest good? Okay. And remember, I'm going to be reading the energies and giving examples of scenarios that I may be picking up on, but you take it as it makes sense to you, okay? If you resonate with this message in a different way, if the energies are playing out in a different way for you, take it as it makes sense. So let's see what we have. So we have the Four of Water or the Four of Cups. Crossed by the Star is the challenge. The Knight of Earth or the Knight of Pentacles crowning the situation. Five of Swords in the Foundation. In the past we have the Knight of Cups. In the near future we have the Nine of Swords. And how you see yourself, we have the Ace of Swords. In your environment coming in, we have the Tower. In hopes and fears, we have the Six of Air or the Six of Swords. And in the outcome, we have the Five of Cups. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, as the overall theme, we have the Ten of Cups or the Ten of Water. So issues around family, love relationships, family relationships. It's generally like a happily ever after type energy. So if it's in your work, it's a place where you get along very well with the people there. Your team feels like your family. You're very close, okay? It could be things within your community or within your network, okay, where people are very close. It could be social matters or emotional matters as well here. With the Temperance card under that, we could be looking at waiting for a family to come back together, waiting for a relationship to come back together. This could also be the energy of reconciliation with the Temperance energy and the Ten of Cups, someone coming home, forgiveness. So current situation, we have the Four of Water or the Four of Cups. And this is, I mean, basically with the Ten of Water, Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that's the focus, that's the ideal, that's what we would want or wish for, right? However, currently, in the here and now, in the real world, let's say, there's boredom, there's discontent, things are not happening, things are not coming together. I do see something where we tried or we had to try again, on again, off again relationships, feeling, getting your hopes up again and then kind of it not working out. You spend some time kind of picking yourself back up, then you get your hopes up again, and it's that kind of a cycle, okay? In the challenge position, we do have the Star energy, so it's just saying, especially with the Four of Cups, that we're losing hope or we have lost hope when it comes to reconciliation, family matters, whatever your happily ever after situation is with whatever it is you're dealing with, right? This could also be where we have our mind or heart set on a particular thing, person, answer, whatever, okay, and it's not coming in. it's delayed, or it's just not happening. We're not seeing progress, we're not seeing results, something is stuck, and we're losing hope about it. In the foundation, we have the Five of Swords. This is a little bit of bitter energy, so especially in the case of issues with family, where there have been arguments, there's been conflict, or within a relationship, okay? Arguments, conflict, bitter energy, okay, where you push each other so much where, you know, you get to a point where it's almost like you almost don't care what you say as long as you hurt the other person. It's that kind of energy. The Five of Swords is not a pleasant energy, okay? There's no way you can look at it, you're going to say it's pleasant. There's just no way. Anything from quiet bitterness and resentment to people being intentionally hurtful with their words, okay? They know they're hurting the other person. They know what they're saying isn't necessarily true, but they want to say it because that's what's going to hurt the other person, and that's what they feel in that moment, okay? It's someone who just gets overwhelmed by anger or resentment, okay, and lashes out. So whatever this situation is, there's a lot of love there with the Ten of Cups, or there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot invested in it. However, it's very unstable with this being the foundation. It's very unstable because either there's too much emotion invested in, so that leads to moodiness, you know, or indecisiveness, and then you can't get on the same page on what is best for everyone type situation. In the past, we have the Knight of Cups. Romantic, emotional, dramatic. So here you go, yeah. This is that kind of energy where, yeah, there's a lot of love, or there's a lot of attraction, and there's a lot of very beautiful feelings there, very beautiful emotions in the situation or between the people. But there's also drama, okay? There's drama and melodrama, okay? And that is what has destabilized this situation, whatever this is, okay? Crowning you, we have the Knight of Earth, or the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like there's a conversation coming in, or there's something happening, someone reaching out, there's a conversation. Either you're thinking about it, or with the Four of Cups, it's coming in presently, okay, because it's in the current situation. And it almost like it stirs everything back up. It could be a situation where you thought you were over something, you thought you were done with something, it didn't bother you anymore, you made your peace with it, and there's a conversation, there's a bumping into each other or something like that, and it kind of just brings it all back to the surface, to the point where you're like, don't come to me the way you did before, saying all those beautiful things that in the end didn't come true. I want to see proof. The Knight of Earth, right? I want to see proof. I want to see a plan. I want to see the contract. I want you to put it down in writing. Okay? In the near future, we have the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of fear around the situation, worry, sleepless nights. What are they going to say? You know, are they going to accept this, not accept this? Are they going to give me what I've asked for? There's a lot of uncertainty. And how you see yourself with the Ace of Swords, you just want to know. One way or another, you want the truth, okay? But I also see this as, you know what? This Nine of Air thing is too much. If this person or this situation, just the thought of it, just the mention of it, just the conversation about it, makes me feel this way, anything from sad, bitter, resentful, all the way to fear, anxious, okay? It's not worth it, and I want to cut it out of my life. I want to say my piece and be done with it. Now, in your environment where you don't see coming, there's some sort of a breakthrough here. I feel like this is something very, very unexpected. Yeah, it's very unexpected. Comes out of the blue. Some sort of a realization, but some sort of a truth being spoken. In the hope that you can move on from the troubled times, in the hope that you can leave drama behind, in the hope that you can move forward into calmer waters, as individuals or together. In the outcome, we have the Five of Cups. Disappointment, regret, forgiveness. We have forgiveness, okay? So it could be a case of the only way is through. All right, so if you want to rediscuss something or reattempt something, the underlying issues have to be acknowledged at least. It's not about dragging up the past. It's not about throwing things at each other, kind of just reliving what happened, right? It's about people taking accountability in order for that to be released and for true change to happen in that situation. Otherwise, it will always be the same thing. Okay? So, I'm going to talk about the scenarios that I see possible here, and then I'll pull some more clarifiers. But what I am seeing is, if it's to do with love, romance, anything emotional, anything to do with family matters, okay? I feel like for some of you, you've already lost hope with something. You've given up. You've made your peace with the fact that it's just not going to happen. You've made your peace with the fact that it is what it is. However, there's still things that you haven't talked about. There's still things that hurt you about that situation. Okay? But for the time being, you're not going to dwell on it. You're going to focus on more practical matters. It is what it is. However, it just keeps coming back to you, right? Comes back in your thoughts, in your dreams. This person, this unfinished business, this unresolved situation, whether you feel guilty for your part of it or you feel disappointed in how it played out, you know what I mean? Or you can't move on until you say what it is that you still have to say about the situation. Because in how you see yourself, you want to communicate something. Whether it leads to making peace and starting over, or it leads to just getting closure from a situation, you're coming to a point where it's like, I don't even care anymore. I just want to say what I have to say and be done with this, okay? And what you don't see coming, whatever it is that you've lost hope on or about, I feel like that's what's coming in, okay? Because we go from the 5 to the 6. My camera froze. I don't know why it does that. I'm sorry. So we go from the 5 to the 6, okay? So I feel like whatever it is that you've lost hope on, that is what is coming in, out of the blue. I feel like you're trying to cut ties, cut your losses, 5 of Cups energy, right? Just move on, just leave it alone. But it's coming in, why? Because the other person feels the same way. What is in the foundation is on both of your minds, okay? Or everyone involved. Okay, so let's pull some clarifiers here. What's this 9 of Swords in the near future? 7 of Cups. And the Hangman, Awakening. I feel like someone's going through scenarios, running worst case scenarios. If I said this, what if that happened? If I say this, what would they say to that? Okay. But things are still up in the air. So this is what I'm seeing, okay? For some of you are trying really hard to just let something go, to just leave it alone and just move on, right? Without closure, or what you would perceive to be closure. And you're really struggling, okay? You're really struggling. And things are still suspended. Things are still up in the air, okay? I feel like you're trying to sacrifice the fact that you don't have closure, like that's like self-sacrifice. You're trying to self-sacrifice and just move on because it's better for everybody, right? Type situation. And here you are trying very hard to move on and trying very hard to just let it go. And I feel like the other person or the other party is just coming in out of the blue because they feel the same way. Yeah, look, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, 8 of Fire, 8 of Wands. Yeah, because yeah, man. They're coming in, could be dealing with another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But someone wants to first just be honest, ask for forgiveness, okay? Or give you forgiveness. This is a situation where you've kept trying to apologize to someone and they're just, because they're so hurt, they just won't have it, right? Because they know that'll hurt you, right? This is someone coming in, accepting an apology, telling you this, they feel the same way. This is ego's being released here, okay? It's like, I don't even care anymore about my hurt pride. I've tried to move on. I've tried to pretend like everything's okay, and I can't. Okay, there's some sort of a realization with the Tower there. And then an offer for a new beginning. Okay, whether it is restoring the relationship and trying to do better, or starting off as friends and seeing where it goes, or someone just wants to come home, right? If this is happening with a sibling, a child, a parent, any other family member. Okay, this is someone who's trying to restore peace in the home and in the family. Okay, there's a lot of communication back and forth. I feel like once the apology is out of the way, okay, I feel like communication, it becomes a little bit more joyful, more playful, maybe a little bit of flirting going on if this is a romantic situation, just fun, you know what I mean? And that could be also where things are speeding up. Okay, so if it's the case of a reconciliation, I feel like things will pick up speed as soon as that forgiveness is out of the air, right? As soon as the apology is said and accepted, the other person can say, yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like there's a new spark, okay, because we have fire, right? There's a new spark, something gets reignited, because it was always still there, just under all that hurt, anger, and resentment, right? Does that make sense? So there's opportunities to make peace, and the outcome will be different for everyone. If it's a case of making peace and trying again, so getting back together with someone, because there's still a lot of true love there, right? And it was a case of pride and ego getting in the way, or someone who just wanted to get their way. Maybe they didn't know how to compromise, they didn't know how to be a partner, they didn't know how to meet in the middle, right? Because we had the balance, energy, temperance card under there, and they've had to go away and grow up, right? But no matter what they did, they couldn't go too far, right? Because they kept coming back to you, or vice versa. Or if it's a case of, yeah, okay, I forgive you, you forgive me, I don't really want to repeat all that, but I'm glad we can talk again, I'm glad we can be friends, right? And maybe you can build a friendship and restore that kind of a relationship. Or if it's a case of, yeah, okay, we forgive each other, we can release each other, and then you have closure, okay, to move on. And then this could be a new, renewed type feeling that you have, you know, where it's self-love, and you can go out there and attract any other kind of love, right? Because whatever happened has created a blockage in your heart chakra, okay? And that is what is being released, all right? Now, I am seeing this as mostly to do with emotional matters, romantic matters. But like I said, I mean, it can be anything. You take it as it makes sense to you. But yeah, definitely for some of you, I hear the prodigal son returns. Okay, someone who's very kind of self-involved, very mature, easily swayed, didn't really know what they wanted, but they wanted to have their way, but they didn't know what that was. Does that make sense? Someone who's very confused. 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords. And there has been a pause in communication. You haven't seen each other, you haven't spoken to each other. Okay, maybe you tried to talk to each other, but every time you did, you got angry. Just the mention of this person's name, or the mention of the situation, or anything that would remind you of them would just get you angry, to the point where even if you would have been open to communicate, just thinking about it and what it would mean, and what if I said this, and what if they said that, and you just ended up kind of just arguing with yourself in your own head. It just completely put you off from reaching out to this person or responding to their message, or whatever the case may be. Okay, but there has been some sort of realization on both sides, okay, as a result of a big life change. So I don't know if this is, for some of you, I hear health scare. Okay, so for some of you, someone had a health scare, and it just put things in a whole different perspective, to the point where they realize this is just ridiculous, it's silly, there's no point why I should be arguing with this person, or there's no point why I shouldn't have them in my life, you know what I mean, over something that's as silly as ego or pride or someone's moods, or you know what I mean? There's something. Let's pull a card on this tower. What is this tower? King of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, someone has lost their money or their home. The Eight of Cups. Or was on the verge of that, at risk of that. They went through a hard time financially, or they went through a hard time to do with a different breakup, someone taking advantage of them, someone taking their money and leaving, okay, someone taking them for granted type situation, and it just put everything in a whole different perspective, okay? And for those of you I hear again, someone had some sort of a health scare, and that put things into perspective. And for others, like I say, someone got taken advantage of, someone lost their money, and here's Harvey. Yes. Oh, God. Yes. Yes, you're very cute. Yeah, whatever it is, someone's had a big wake-up call, and they're coming in to make peace, to make amends, to try again. That's a candle, Mama. It's a candle. Do you like your whiskers? Okay. Sorry, and that's Harvey's tail. Oh, God. Harvey. Sorry. He just wants attention, and he is not very good at taking no for an answer. Okay. All right, so that's what I'm seeing here. One scenario in terms of this feels personal. If this is you, okay, and you're going through all of this, and you're thinking, you know, should I reach out? Should I not reach out? I feel like whatever it is, it's mutual, okay? So if both of you are feeling guilty, and both of you are feeling like you should say something, and both of you are feeling like it's not worth the argument, and both of you are afraid of the other person's reaction, okay? So if this is you, where you feel, I feel like this is the person who feels guilty over the way they behaved, okay? They're tossing and turning at night. You're the one trying to move on and trying to just let this go because you feel like you can't get through to this person. They're feeling very, very guilty over their immaturity, okay? And they're kind of beating themselves up about it. And I feel like they're also trying to just let you go because they're like, I'm just so dramatic. I've hurt them so much. I should just let them leave them alone type situation. They're trying to be the bigger person or a bigger person. But there's something happening where it's like the final straw, where it just, with the Tower, it's impulsive. With the Eight of Fire, it's impulsive. An impulsive message, okay? They just say it. They just like blurt it out. They send that email or they send that message and they can't delete it. They can't recall it. And that kind of sparks a conversation. That's received a lot better than what they thought it would be. Does that make sense? And that sparks a new beginning through healing. And then from there, you can make it whatever you want it to be. Okay? Okay, so that's one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to post this so you have this. I wanted to keep this open, and then I'm going to do I think a couple of more feels personal type readings. Next one, I'm going to look at work and finances, and the one after that, I'm going to do a you versus them. Okay, so we might be picking up on this situation again, or it'll be something completely different. But looking at you versus them, it's probably going to come up mostly romantic, but I know not everyone's dealing with that, so we'll just take what we get, okay? But I'll leave it here, okay? Give me some feedback. Tell me what this is. But I hope the reading helps you if you are dealing with these energies, okay? So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.